few of us here who are studying machine learning in our own time, and Jonathan Wren, Gavin and I have been beavering away on something in our own spare time, and we got together on Thursday to kind of stitch together some bits and pieces, and we thought we'd give you a quick demo.
Right, so all sounds pretty cool, but teaching a computer to tell the difference between a cat and a dog, I thought it's probably not going to help our customers with their retirement planning. So I thought, what can we do to apply machine learning to say Retirement Wizard? So Retirement Wizard is fairly complicated as a product. Anyone who's worked on it will know that. So I've kind of simplified it down to the kind of most basic decision. Just got rid of bridge the gap and so on. The most basic decision is, do I recommend drawdown or annuity? So to kind of represent it here, if you've got a preference for certainty, you always get annuity no matter what your risk level. If you've got a preference, if you've got a low risk level, you always get annuity no matter what your preference is. So I thought it should be possible to get a machine to learn to categorise somebody into annuity or drawdown, above the line and below the line. So what I did, in order to teach a machine, we need to give it training data. So I went to LV Merlin and got data from the most recent 50 cases that have been through the live system, pulled out the data I needed, and then gave that data to Jonathan. So I thought 35 cases we can use as training data, and that leaves us 15 cases to kind of test if our machine can actually make the right recommendation. So I gave all these inputs on the left to Jonathan. He worked his magic, put it into his neural network, and then he's produced two outputs. So that's a product, annuity to drawdown, and what risk level it is from on a scale of 1 to 10. So what we're going to do now is demonstrate and see if our machine can actually give us the right recommendation.
Yeah, sure. So how did we do this? We've just got a bit of time, so I'll just quickly give you some background. Jonathan built his neural network in Excel, which is pretty impressive. And he trained it with all of the data that Gavin provided to come up with an algorithm. So his net came up with an algorithm. So then we needed to build a neural network to serve that algorithm that we could put somewhere in the cloud and that we could ask questions of. So that's what we spent a couple of evenings doing last week. Then once you've got this thing up in the cloud that you can ask questions, we need some kind of user interface, don't we, where we can type in the questions and get the answers. And as any of the engineers will tell you, I'm not that much of a UI developer myself, so we thought we'd have a stab at writing a chatbot. So we've got this. Hello. How's life? Yeah, great. And you? I haven't tried this out before. I don't know whether that works or not. Great.
So all this small talk's nice, but what we really want to know is what retirement product we should get. So the machine knows it needs to ask us a few bits of information to work out our risk level. So our attitude to risk here, we're going to say on a scale of 1 to 10 is 6. Wants to know about my financial resilience here, so I'm going to say I've got medium financial resilience. And this one's a question about retirement resilience, so I'm going to say likely here. It's likely I'd better support myself. That's what it means. And this one's about our investment experience. So I'm going to say I've got a lot of investment experience. And then finally, wants to know what my preference is for my retirement product. So I want flexibility. I want to take some investment risk. And the machine has correctly recommended a drawdown product, and it's so clever it's also told me which fund I should go into within that product, and it's correctly worked out my risk level is still 6, hasn't need to be moderated for any of those factors. So,
Thanks a lot.